Rolling and the sound is speeding. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. On today's episode, we got a big news coming out of India, and I got just a lot of homework's been going on, and hibbity hop flow is Big Drew on the intro, cause you know I'm at the VLT at the Drake on the streets, and you see me on my knees cause I'm asking for cheese and cheddar and nuts and something else. And that's what's up. Yo, remember when I used to just I was looking at old clips of this podcast because I'm trying to become inspired by myself, which is a dumb thing to say. But I feel like this podcast changed somewhere along the lines. It used to be like really goofy and silly and just like me just screaming about dumb shit. And then I started getting all political. And then it changed. And then I think like as a fan of myself, I was not I don't know if that's where we need to be going. I'm sure it's like whatever. I'm always going to talk about politics and shit like that, but like try to bring it back to the goofiness. No, the silliness. I want to be the funny man again. So in the spirit of that, we're gonna kick it back old school. We got a big news today. We're gonna do a little bit of how was my week, and we're just gonna get silly and goofy and not talk about the pitfalls of capitalism for once. Let's start off with a little bit of we got how was my week. Okay. Oh, let's stick that back up there. Okay, so we got how was my week? How was your week? I hope you had a good week. Nice, productive week. You're out there just on the grind, making that paper, doing your thing, leveling up, and whatever all the Instagram, motivational Monday people tell you. That's such a weird subgenre of content is like the motivational guy who's like seemingly only accomplishment has been to be a motivational guy. Like it's like, why am I supposed to be taking advice from you, bro? What do? You're just good at telling people to fucking not be shitty. Like I don't understand what you do. Like life coach. It's like, what have you been through? What do you coach me through? What do you used to be a life player and then now you're a life coach? You don't play anymore? I used to play. I played in life for 20 years. Now I'm a life coach. I got a cookie in my teeth. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Gross. Okay. Yeah, so those motivational fucking dudes. And then I love how that's like that, because people like, this is something that I struggle with is that like rather than having like focused content, I just kind of make like a reflection of the content that I consume. So, it's very like sporadic in terms of like food content or guitar content or comedy content, rather than having a singular unitary focus. It's very sporadic and it doesn't really consist of one job. But I like to see like dudes who I like know personally or like people that I like go to school with, like also like give like motivational Monday tips. It's like, bro, that's coming from your mom's bedroom. Like you're giving me motivational tips from your mom's house. Like, okay, bro, yeah, I will continue to keep grinding, but so should you to fucking, I mean, there's not a lot of motivation to grind, what do you grind one day, like, it's like, it's like, well, are you really grinding or who washed your socks? Is that part of your grind? Is doing laundry? My mom takes care of my laundry while I grind. Fucking, I don't know. It just, yeah, and there's comedians that do that too. Like, yo, like, level up, like, always fucking, I'm out here, like, and it's like, okay, like, I did that show last week. You're not on tour, you just fucking are doing the show. So my week was good. I've comedy, I've been, in my pursuit of my diploma in radio broadcasting here. This is the week I knew October was going to be fucked because September was easy. So I'm like, well, October is going to be fucked. Sure enough, the other fucking nut tumbles, and and we got a fuck ton of homework. I got to do like a lot of homework. Like one of them is like we're getting ready to be on air. And so the first assignment was do 5 breaks, and now it's do 10 breaks. I'm pretty sure when you do like a 3 or 4 hour shift, you got to do like 30 breaks. And they're not all like, you don't always have to, some of them are just like, hey, that was fucking Tom Petty, and here's fucking more Tom Petty. Or whatever, you know what I mean? But we're chipping our way, working our way up to that. And at first I was so frustrated. I'm like, man, I don't want to be an announcer. Like, this is whack. And then whatever. And then I was like, I don't know, because I just didn't want to be like just given like, just, I don't know, radio. Some broadcasters are like, it's like, I was listening to this guy on the radio and it's almost like they have autism and they just say whatever they're like I heard this broadcaster and he had like a 13-second break in between two songs. And he's like, yo, you remember Grimace? Like, you remember Grimace, that purple dude from McDonald's? Like, apparently he used to be good and then he turned bad. Anyways, and then he's like, Katy Perry. It's like having like an autistic 9-year-old. It's just like it's gonna rain tomorrow, and Tom Petty died last year. It's like, why are you saying that? Just like saying like random shit. Oh god, I'm gonna get canceled for that one. But it's like some weird. It's like, why are you saying that to me? Like, why? Like, what do you say? So, like, I was frustrated with the fact of, like, having to, like, cobble together, like, useless information that just gets tossed. You say it once and then it just gets tossed aside. And then I was frustrated with the process of trying to perfect something that just gets immediately tossed. But then I kind of realized, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. Like, it just kind of has to fit, like the blocks. Like, there's only so many different breaks that you can do. There's only, like, you can't have each break being unique. Like, they're only going to be, like, 8 or 10 different types of breaks. And then, so I started watching video air checks on YouTube of good, famous broadcasters, like guys in New York and stuff, and just whoever posted their video air checks. And then I started compiling whatever they were saying into like codified information. So whether they would open their break, like with every word that they say, like did they open their break with a call sign and then a hello and then their name, or did they open their break with the title of the song? Did they use the word it's or from, like it's I Kissed a Girl from Katy Perry, or did they say I Kissed a Girl, Katy Perry, and then like zooming in on that and then codifying all that information so that there's like essentially, like they say it's called the spice list. So this also coincides with the homework that I'm getting, is that there's 7 different types of essentially like things that you can say. Like, surveillance is like weather and news or sports or whatever. So any of that stuff for entertainment, So then I codified that, and then I started, looking at all these guys, and I realized like, yeah, even the top guys only have like 6 different types of ways they do this, like maybe 7 different ways you can kind of fucking jumble those things up so that it sounds good. And then I was like, oh, okay. So then I'm just going to do like, it's like, this is, and then when I'm writing my breaks, I'm going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G breaks. And then I'm just going to write it out. This is an A break, and in A breaks, they're under 10 seconds and they open with the call sign and they end with the title of the song. And I say it's from, or maybe, and then B breaks might be something a little bit different where I open with the time, don't say my name, and with the title of the song, or end, when I hit the post on just the title of the song, or maybe the call letter, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So kind of like just homeworking that. And then, I know this is boring, whatever. It's the inside ball of radio, though. It's actually kind of interesting, now that I'm thinking about at least, adding to my career. I'm definitely never, obviously, I say this all the time, I'm never going to stop doing stand-up. But one of my things is now we got to do as a radio programmer, which I also have interest in, is like picking everything that comes out of the speakers is the radio programmer's job. And it's like, so like all the fucking music and all that shit, just everything, like the program director. So we got to do radio station assessments, and I picked, and we got to pick the station. So I picked K97, fucking Terry Evans. Fucking Terry Evans. Which is a station I grew up on. I was a P1 listener, meaning it was my everyday station. Since I was a young boy, man, I used to listen to K97 when I was a little kid. They had the Onion Radio News Network. They would do the Onion Radio News updates. Doyle Redlin with the Onion Radio News, and I would listen to Terry, Bill, and Steve in the morning, and then just listen to K-Rock pretty much my whole fucking life. I've been listening to just classic rock, like the same like 200 songs, classic rock radio. So now that's my homework, is I got to listen to K-Rock, which is like, buddy, I've been fucking doing that my whole life. Fucking Terry Evans. And I know Terry, man. He used to host the stand-up, what's it called? Funniest person with a day job. I can't believe I said what's it called on that. That competition used to be so important to me. I think back now on how meaningless it is. But fuck, man, did that thing ever, was I ever bummed when I came in second place every year. That's fine. I got on TV first before everyone who ever beat me. Except for Sterling. Okay, so yeah, Terry Evans, I'm listening to fucking K-Rock, and that's funny that's my homework, and then I just got to write an essay about K-Rock, which is like pretty fucking funny, and like actually like I really don't want to do that. But it's like if I got to write an essay about a radio station, might as well be K-Rock or K97. And then one of my other homework assignments is I got to do a fucking podcast, which is like I'm doing a podcast right now, and my professor listens to this podcast. What up, Pina? How you doing, P? And so it's like now I got to do a fucking another podcast about something, and it's like I don't know what I want to do it about, but it's got to be about student life or some shit like that. I'm gonna figure it out. I always figure that shit out. But it's funny, I got to do a podcast to prove that I could do a podcast. I want to ask her if this counts. Yo, does this count? If you're listening, Pete, does this count? Can I just hand fucking in this? Okay. This week as well, I also been jamming with my band Max Phoenix. Dan Gyrie, actually, his alter ego Max Phoenix, is the name of the band, and because we have a show on October 16th at the Bovine Sex Club, the Bovine, and nice venue, classic Toronto music venue, the Bovine, and it's good. It's nice to be in a band again. That's why I got my acoustic hanging right here instead of my bass, because my bass, I'm like working on it. So I gotta like, oh yeah, actually, fuck, I gotta fix my headstock. Oh shit. Okay, bring my bass into Long McQuaid. I gotta fix my headstock, or my fucking machine head fell off. But I used the shopper's card and it still works. So I might just do that. But the band is sounding nice, man. We're finally getting locked in, and fucking like everybody's kind of like feeling good. And Adam, man, the synth player, is like such a good musician, and he's so good, and he's arranging all the songs now to sound better and stuff. We kind of gave him like carte blanche to be like the band leader, even though it's Dan's band. And I'm more of like the logistic coordinator, like when it comes to the jams, like how many times are we going to run that again, blah, 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 calling out the songs, and then Adam arranges them, and then Dan fucking writes them and sings them. So it's a pretty good arrangement, man. But if you guys want to listen to the album Max Phoenix Knife City on Spotify. Okay, and now let's go to big news. Fuck, I didn't plug I'm so used to not having the piano on the podcast anymore. I didn't plug it in, but let's go to big news with Drew. Boom, ding, ding, ba-ding, ding, ba-ding, ding, boom, ding, ding, ba-ding, ding, ba-ding, boom, boom. Time for big news with Drew. On today's big news, we got a fucking story out of India. Indian bodybuilder named world's shortest at 3 feet and 4 inches tall. Look at this motherfucker. Come on, zoom in on that. Come on. Yes. It looks like a Photoshop of it honestly looks like a Photoshop. This dude's head, it looks Photoshopped onto this little body, but it's a fucking dude. He's 3 feet 4 inches tall. He's got dwarfism, obviously. I've always wondered that maybe that could be my big question is like, when does legal, like, I might as well go full cancel here, but when does legal midge start? Like, what, like at what height is legal midge? Pratik Vital Mohite, 25, told Guinness World Records he began his bodybuilding in 2012 and participated in his first competitive event in 2016. And he says that his family are very happy and proud of him, and his friends are very supportive and helpful. And he was born with dwarfism. And one of his buddies is like, why don't you fucking hit up Guinness to see if you're the world's shortest bodybuilder? Like his buddies is probably like, you got a thing going on with you that I don't think anyone else has in the whole world. And it was his dream to achieve a Guinness World Records title. It's such an honor to achieve it. I'm very happy. Until now, this will be my biggest achievement in my career. Well, I mean, like, this is what I mean, like, that's an achievement. I think so. What is the achievement? Is it being short, or is it being a bodybuilder? Or I guess it's the combination of the two. That's why it's outliers, man. It's like the Joker. It's like when things go according to plan, people don't. But this isn't according to the plan, because according to the plan, this dude should be like, on a reality TV show with his family on a farm or some shit. Yo, my sister got in a beef with the son from Little People Big World at a bar in Calgary. She straight beefed this kid, and he was like gangster on her, and she's more gangster, so she like beefed this kid. Of the twins, the twins on Little People Big World, the short one. She beefed him. Anyways. So yeah, I don't know what the achievement is. I guess it's doing both together, but good for you. Yeah, so that's our big news. The world's shortest bodybuilder from India, 3 feet 4 inches tall. He'll fucking work your. Could you imagine getting work? Can you imagine getting fucked up by that dude? Oh man, that would suck. And he'd fuck me up for sure. This dude is jacked, bro. Yo, they got a YouTube video on this man. Oh my god. Oh my god, this dude is. See, look at this guy. Is fucking jacked, bro. Like, look at how easily he's doing those pull-ups. Like, look at his back. Holy fuck. He's so shiny. Oh yeah, man. This fucking guy. Oh yeah, Oh man. Am I gonna go to jail for watching this? Okay, promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our sponsors, our Patreons. If you want to be a Patreon and get access to bonus content, extra episodes, interview episodes, and every set from my cell phone, you can, and also get a shout out on the Patreon like these motherfucking people. Oh, and we got to add a new Patreon. Shout out to our new Patreon, Kunal, bro. Welcome. From my school, okay, we got Anthony, Blair, Joel, Nick, and Mac, Bubba, Marnus, Taryn, Bryce, Kunal, and in the motherfucking Hall of Fame, Colette and Andre, say they name. Boo, 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 boo. As well, promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our sponsor, KingTutsCannabis.com. You can use the promo code Drew for 10% off your order. And if it's your first time ever, if you're like, oh, I don't want to read up the internet, stop being a fucking pussy and do it. If it's your first time at King Tuts, they'll give you an extra 15% off. Stack my promo code on top of that equals 25% off your first order. Okay? 25% off, a quarter off your quarter, 2/8 off your eighths. Go to KingTutsCannabis.com. Use the promo code Drew, KingTutsCannabis.com. Smoke like an Egyptian. Boo 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 boo. And that's the show for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Oh fuck, that might have been a hot mic there today. Fuck. That's okay. Okay, we'll check in on Monday. Monday.